So when we say open source, you are essentially getting provided with the code that determines how the model will perform, and it's your responsibility to train that model on data, have the data sets. It's your responsibility to launch that model in a service that you can now have access to it when you need it. It's your responsibility to build APIs on top of it, make sure it's secure, make sure it's up to date. So when you think open source, you now have way more control over the model itself. You have control over the data that it's going to be trained on, the parameters, which means essentially like how it's going to react to different biases and how it's going to handle the data that you train it on and what type of patterns it should and should not be aware of. So when you think open source, think of you have way more control there, and you now get to determine how this model is going to react. The development of the model is community driven. So if you look at Llama, we are now on Llama 3.2. You'll see different versions that get deployed that you can now take in. You'll have to retrain that new model on this new data, make the changes to it as you would like, change the parameters, change the tokens that are being used in it, and then deploy it. So again, a lot of flexibility there and the ability to kind of like control, but you are going to be responsible for the inner makings of that model.